So a few weeks ago, OpenAI released ChatGPT Work, which is an alternative to Claude Cowork. And in today's video, I'm going to show you guys how to set it up correctly from day one so you can start integrating ChatGPT to your daily workflows. Now you might be asking, dude, I've been using Claude Cowork for the last couple months. Why should I set up ChatGPT Work? That's a great question, and I think there's two reasons on why I think you should still set up ChatGPT Work. The first one is OpenAI and Anthropic are really jockeying for who has the most state-of-the-art model. And so it's important for you to have both Claude Cowork and ChatGPT Work set up in parallel. So 1 month you might use state-of-the-art models from OpenAI, 1 month you might use state-of-the-art models from Anthropic, and you're able to use the best intelligence to solve for problems in your business, and you're not stuck or pigeonholed into a specific platform or vendor. The second reason is it's actually pretty easy to migrate from one AI agent to another AI agent because the AI ecosystem is really starting to coalesce around open standards. So for example, everyone that's using AI agents usually packages their kind of repeatable workflows into skills, and skills are an open standard. So that means if you create a skill in Claude Cowork, ChatGPT Work, OpenClaw can use that exact same skill, and you don't have to recreate that skill from scratch. So it's really easy to be able to migrate your workflows from ChatGPT Work to Claude Cowork to OpenClaw and all your different AI agents because the AI ecosystem is starting to coalesce around these open standards. Now, before we dive into today's video, a quick intro to me. My name is Sanjay Ravichandran. I'm the founder of AccuSales. We're a go-to-market engineering firm, helping sales teams adopt AI to be able to generate more pipeline and close more customers. So if you like the intersection of how AI is impacting go-to-market and sales and how you can use all these different AI tools to generate more pipeline and close more customers, follow me here on YouTube for more content. All right, so step one, you're gonna download ChatGPT Work. And so you're gonna go to chatgpt.com/work, and you're gonna download it like any other application you would on your laptop. One caveat on why we're downloading the desktop app, if you actually go to the ChatGPT website, you'll see ChatGPT Work up here. I recommend everyone start with the desktop app. The primary reason is the cool part about these AI agents is they can interact with files on your laptop and make edits to them and generate new files. But if you're using the website version, you have to constantly upload those files to the cloud so you can make edits to them. So I feel like it's just a much more powerful experience to do it using the desktop app. So I highly recommend for everyone to start using the desktop app with using something like ChatGPT Work. All right, so now that you've downloaded the desktop app, let's talk about the settings you should implement on day one that are gonna really help the quality of life and also the quality of output that you're gonna get from ChatGPT. So if you go to the bottom left on your name and you click into settings, you're gonna see a ton of different options. So don't get super overwhelmed here. I'm gonna show you the exact ones you need to set up on day one so that this will be very powerful and actually useful to you. And then as you continue to use ChatGPT, you can work and do more research and figure out how you can continue to tune and turn these knobs to make this even more useful for you. So the first thing I would recommend is if you're already using something like Claude, go to import and just import everything that you've already done in Claude Cowork. This will save you a ton of time, and Claude Cowork has something similar. So if anything you do in ChatGPT, you can also import back into Claude. But this is a really great frictionless way to basically look at everything in Claude Code, Claude Cowork, hit continue, and it'll bring all the skills, all the plugins into ChatGPT Work. So that's the first step. Second step is to set up custom instructions. So look at the search bar, go to personalization and custom instructions, and then give ChatGPT instructions on how it should respond to you and really anchor it on your goals for this AI agent. So for me, my goals with ChatGPT is to help me generate more revenue for my business. So all the tasks and all the conversations are anchored around how is this conversation or task going to help me generate more revenue. So that's the instructions. I've given it the task of a CEO board member, and I've given it my business objectives and goals for this year. Second part of this section is to enable memories. This is going to be really helpful because it'll save you a ton of time on having to repeat yourself, because ChatGPT will take all the conversations and generate memory files. So it'll remember previous chats, be able to reference previous conversations. You don't have to keep repeating yourself. So this is a big quality of life improvement by having memories enabled. So that's on the personalization screen. The next one is go to access policy. And let me make sure I'm typing this correctly. Okay, so if we come here to configuration and full access, I usually recommend for everyone to start with on request. This essentially makes ChatGPT ask for your approval before it opens up any links or opens up any files. It's a great way to make sure that it doesn't run amok on your laptop. So start with on request before you start opening up and giving ChatGPT more freedom. So that's one on the access policy. The next thing is to go to voice, and then click into voice and then set up voice chat. This is gonna be really important because a lot of AI tools and a lot of users of AI tools are starting to move towards typing and chatting with them through like typing to actually being able to talk to AI agents. And so I think as, you know, voice agents really start to improve, we're going to see a lot more tools implement where you're going to have to talk to your AI agent versus typing. So recommend starting here. It'll save you a ton of time with typing where you can just do a brain dump of your thoughts into ChatGPT. This is something that I do quite a lot actually, is if I don't feel like typing, I'll just basically talk for like a minute and then I might just, you know, kind of cut out words or any sort of filler words from that. So this is a really great way. And then if you actually go back here, you can hit this button to dictate. So it'll basically take whatever you speak and transcribe it. And then here you can have a full-on voice conversation instead of a typing conversation with ChatGPT. The last thing I recommend is going to computer use and then enabling computer use for ChatGPT. This is going to be really helpful because I am primarily doing all of my work on my laptop. So if you're a knowledge worker where you know, basically everything that you do is on a computer. What computer use does is it allows ChatGPT to interact with web pages and applications the exact same way you would. So for example, if you want ChatGPT to fill out a job application or fill out forms or write emails or basically whatever you would do on a web page, you can have ChatGPT do the exact same thing, but you have to set up computer use and give it access to its own browser. So you can go search websites, click buttons, download things, do anything a user could do on a web page, ChatGPT can do as well. So set up computer use because I think that will help you do a lot of very powerful automations if you have computer use set up. So these are not all the settings you can do, but I think when you initially set up something like ChatGPT Work, these are the first kind of list of settings that I recommend implementing. All right, so now that we've done all the settings that you need to do, let's actually make ChatGPT Work useful by connecting it to the tools that we use every single day. So how are you gonna do that is you're gonna go back to the home screen, you're gonna go to plugins, connect plugins, and then browse all plugins. Now, the reason this is really important is these AI agents are only as useful if they can actually use the tools that you use in your daily workflows. So the way I recommend approaching this is think about all the different tools that you use most commonly every single day. So this can be your calendar, this can be, you know, your Gmail or your email inbox, whatever tool you need to do to accomplish your job. Those are the plugins that you need to connect ChatGPT Work to. So what I recommend starting is if you know those tools, go and search directly for them. So you can search like Gmail, for example, you can install it and then basically you just authenticate like you would sign into your Gmail account. Similarly, if you want to have calendar, you might have, you know, Calendly or Google Calendar. Now, if you're a business owner and you're trying to figure out how can you automate, you know, functions of your business using AI agents, what I'd recommend is you can go in here and think through thematically how your business is set up. So for example, let's say you want to focus on automating sales for your business. You can come in and look for sales. And from here, OpenAI has created this plugin that has all these different apps that you can connect ChatGPT to, and then all these different skills that come out of the box. So this is a really powerful way for you to look at functions within your business and quickly focus on automating them using something like ChatGPT Work. So what I would do now is look at some of the most common tools you use, see if there's plugins here, and then connect ChatGPT Work to those plugins. Now, once you've connected ChatGPT Work to all the different tools that you use every single day through plugins, the next thing we're going to talk about is building skills. Skills are an extremely powerful technique to where you can take very common workflows you might be running into, and then basically take those steps, package them up into a skill so that the AI agent can automate that workflow. The benefit of skills is one, you don't have to repeat yourself because all the instructions for how to execute that workflow are in the skill itself. And then two, because that workflow is documented, you're gonna get a much more consistent output every single time that AI agent does that workflow. Now, my recommended route is to actually use the skill creator skill that comes out of the box with ChatGPT to be able to create your skills. So if you actually use the slash command, you can invoke the skill, and here it is, it's called skill creator. And then I'm gonna give it a prompt that I created to asking it to create a cold call generator skill for AccuSales where you create a 30-second talk track for a prospect on AccuSales' value prop. So I'm gonna kick off this job and then let's actually see how ChatGPT generates this new skill. All right, so ChatGPT just completed working and it generated this skill called AccuSales Cold Call Generator, and it actually gave us a test prompt. The cool part is I actually had some skills already loaded into ChatGPT Work, and so I was able to use some of the other skills to understand a bit more about my business as well as what the value prop is and what the overall pitch is. And so let's actually try the skill out. So we can invoke any skill using the slash command and then go to AccuSales Cold Call Generator for use for this prospect. And so I'm gonna throw a LinkedIn profile in here. And so I'm gonna have it use this skill and I'm gonna have it use it for this prospect. And so let's actually see what ChatGPT outputs. Now, one super interesting thing is ChatGPT opened up its own browser in order to find this LinkedIn profile. And so this is why it's really important to have computer use set up. The ChatGPT can go and actually interact with these profiles and actually spin up its own browser to do this research. So ChatGPT completed its work. It generated a 30-second cold call script. Some of the cool things that it did is it did look at some of Brian's recent LinkedIn posts. It also did research on the company as well. And it really took all that research together, mapped it to my ICP, mapped it to my value prop, and generated this cold call script. So in a matter of a few minutes, what we've been able to do is take a workflow that sales reps might do every single day, which is every time they need to cold call someone, they need to do some research on the company and the person. And we've been able to automate it and make it kind of anchored in our world to our ICP, our value prop, in a matter of 10 minutes. And so the cool part about, tools like this is the fact that I did it for one prospect, but in theory, I could take a Google sheet with 100 LinkedIn profiles, feed it into ChatGPT Work, and have it slowly work through that sheet to generate a cold call script, a customized, personalized cold call script for every single one of those prospects in my language, in my tone, for my ICP. And that's the kind of value of both this AI agent matching with a skill file as well. All right, guys, that's the video for today. I think the next couple quarters are going to be super interesting because both OpenAI and Anthropic have found amazing product market fit with Claude Cowork and ChatGPT Work. Obviously, ChatGPT Work is in its infancy. However, I think we're going to see a ton of R&D investment from both organizations as they really try to claim market share, because I think a lot of knowledge workers are going to be using this, and OpenAI and Anthropic want to drive as much model consumption as they possibly can. So I highly recommend getting comfortable with both ChatGPT Work and Claude Cowork. If you're not familiar with Claude Cowork, I actually have a 2-hour course on my YouTube channel that you should check out that goes through kind of end-to-end how to set up Claude Cowork specifically for sales teams. So if you're interested in that, go check it out. It's on my YouTube channel. I'll leave a link in the description below. Now, on this channel, I post weekly on AI and really how you can use AI to be able to scale go-to-market for organizations. So how you can use it to generate more pipeline, close more customers. I post weekly on this channel, so if you like this kind of content, subscribe to the YouTube channel. If you do have any questions or video ideas, please put them in the comments below. But outside that, I'll see you guys next week in the next video. Take care.